How's it going today, everybody, and welcome back to Shaner's Mechanic Life. Well, this week, one of the last pneumatic tools in the shop gave up. The 1-inch impact gun just isn't cutting it anymore. So, with everything else being cordless, we decided to scrap this and change to this, the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 1-inch D-handle extended anvil high torque impact wrench with one key. Part number 2869-20. So in this video, I'm going to go through the specs. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to throw a socket on there, battery. I'm going to rattle some lug nuts off and see if it holds up against what I thought of the old pneumatic gun. As it says here, up to 2,000 foot-pounds of nut busting torque. Remove and install up to 120 lug nuts. I'm assuming that's with the M12 battery. And with the one link, Lug Nut Mode prevents over torque. What I believe that is, we'll find out as we go along, that I think you can limit the torque through the app. Just looking on the back of the box, it says 1 charge equals 12 wheel hubs serviced. And you look at that, it's the high output HD 12 amp hour battery. And the Lug Nut Mode is through the one key app. So you can set it to your target range, which a lot of the trailers and stuff, torquing is 450 foot-pounds. So you can set it to get to that range and then shut off. Well, here's some of the specs. Anvil type, it's a 1-inch friction ring with through hole with the 6-inch extension. Fastening torque, 1900 foot-pounds. Nut busting torque, 2000 foot-pounds. Drive control is 4-mode, customizable, 1200 RPM. Impacts per minute is 1440. The length, 23.2 inches, and the weight is 23.7 pounds. Now I'm wondering, is that with the battery, without? And I imagine that's without a socket as well. But we'll put the battery on a socket and we'll get a weight out of it. As you can see in the background, I got my 12 amp hour battery all charged up, waiting to go. So let's see how much packaging we got here. We got our instructions. Oop, we got the ring here. Makes it a little bit easier to hold on to. Oh, that's a nice looking unit so far. Feels relatively balanced. It's got the handle that you can loosen off. Locks in place so you know it's not going to swing around. And if you back off this knob, you can position the handle wherever you find comfortable. Tighten it down and lock it down. On the top of the handle you get your forward and reverse as well as your lock, and you get trigger as well as your 4 settings. So let's get our 12 amp hour battery on there. You can see you got the 3 LEDs light up your work spot. I got a 1 5/16 socket, which is your most common lug nut socket. Get that on there, and let's go try it out on a trailer. We'll see what it sounds like, how it feels, and how fast it'll take those lug nuts off. So I got on mode 4. Seems like it's got quite a bit of power. Feels good in the hands too. Tighten the handle down there. Left that loose. Last thing you want is have the handle spin in your hand. This thing's got a lot of torque. Well, already learned lesson number 1. Before you use it, always double check. Make sure your handle's tight and in the right position. Because if it's loose, when that hits hard, it's going to spin it right out of your hands. Well, here's the size difference between the Milwaukee and its pneumatic counterpart. Milwaukee, a fair bit longer, and also with the battery, that's a fair bit wider. Not to mention the size of the body is also quite a bit bigger. But let's take it to a scale and just see some weight differences here. One feature I like is they don't have a rigid mount battery. It's designed to have a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of vibration. Because after all, with the weight of the battery, the weight of the tool, that tool to battery junction is going to have a lot of stress on it. So if it's got a little motion to it, that's definitely going to help the longevity of the tool and the battery. Fully charged when we started, and we still got 4 bars. So turn on Lug Nut Mode is actually quite easy. What you want to do is just kind of bump the trigger on your impact wrench, kind of wake it up a little bit. Click on the tool. You want to connect. And you see here how I had it set to 1. So if you want to Lug Nut Mode, let's say you want to set it to 1 like I did, press that. That comes up, and you just press on custom drive control again and select Lug Nut Control. You can see it limits it to 350 to 450 foot-pounds. And back out. You can see Lug Nut Control is on. Now, to my knowledge, this is the only impact wrench that has this option. So if you do a lot of brake or tire work, this might be a good idea to get. Using the Lug Nut Mode is very easy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen off 3 lug nuts, and we'll tighten them up using Lug Nut Mode. Okay, we got 3 loosened off, and then I've got it set up so setting 1 is Lug Nut Mode, and I'll tighten them up and you actually hear the impact wrench shut off. That's when it reaches approximately 450 foot-pounds. Got my snap-on torque wrench set, 450 foot-pounds. Now this Lug Nut Mode is not a replacement for torquing, so always double check, make sure your wheels are torqued. You could hear it click, and then right as it clicked I could feel it start to move a little bit. So their measurement of 450 foot-pounds is very accurate. Well, so far I'm very happy with this impact wrench. It's done everything I needed it to. and peeling a whole bunch of lug nuts off a truck or a trailer, you can easily get them all off with one battery, except if you run into a problem with grossly over torqued lug nuts, rusted studs where it really has to hit hard to fight them off all the way, like if the studs are stretched, whatnot, it will burn through a battery in no time. So make sure you get yourself a second 12 amp hour battery, even the Forge. Help yourself keep up, and make sure you got a good quick charger, and should do just fine. The Lug Nut Mode is an awesome feature. You can tighten them right up until it shuts off, and you know you're going to be in a ballpark. You grab your torque wrench, give it that extra little bit just to make sure everything's torqued. Definitely helps eliminate those situations where you guys get, torque happy with your impact wrench. Hammer those lug nuts on till, who knows, 600, 700, 800 pounds. Put your torque wrench on and click it at 450. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. At least this one will get you in a ballpark, and then you go around with your torque wrench. Does anybody else have this impact wrench? If so, I'd like to know your thoughts, so leave a comment in the comment section. Hope this video was helpful and helped you make the decision whether this impact wrench is right for you or wrong. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button, notification bell in the bottom right hand corner. That way you get notified when we get new videos coming out. Well, that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good night and keep wrenching.